Hello everybody, welcome to South Beach. We'll get started here in just a moment, but I want to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July weekend and trust all of you had a fantastic 4th of July yesterday. It's a beautiful night here in South Florida. It's quite calm, not too much wind tonight. We'll be checking out some of the Art Deco buildings right here in South Beach. So let me pull off to the side for a minute. I just got to do one thing. We'll get started here. All right, what's up everybody? Just give me 1 second, I just have to do one thing, sorry. You see, every time we start these broadcasts, that's when everyone needs my attention here. So give me 2 more minutes. Okay, we're good. All right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Walks in Wall Street. I trust everyone is doing well and either had a wonderful 4th of July and is continuing to have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. This was pretty cool this year that the 4th of July landed on a Thursday, which means everyone has a very, 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 very long and extended weekend. So obviously the market was closed for the 4th of July, but the market reopened today. And the S&P 500 hit a brand new all-time record high yet again today. And so did the NASDAQ 100. Market was going gangbusters. And, you know, the economy is firing here on all cylinders. We're starting the broadcast off on 21st Street and Collins Park South and Collins Avenue. It's a beautiful night, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see who we have in the chat. I see Professor Dario. What is going on? Happy 4th of July. Lena Sandoval, Anna is here, Vincent Lee, Solo 401, Harry Connor, welcome. Christiane says hello Tom and team. I thought you might still be in, oh, you thought I would be in New York, but yeah, I extended my stay here in Florida. It's just good times here. DC322, what's up? Thanks for joining us. 482 is here, welcome. Diana, Solo 401, Michelle Henry, thanks so much for joining us. Troy Atman, long time no see. 3T3 is here, Mary is here, Goodfellas NYC, Lynn K. Yeah, we got a full house. Shannon, what's up? Yeah, I mean, the 4th of July was awesome here in Miami. This was the first year I've spent it down here. Usually I spend it in New York City. But I was like, you know what? Let me take a few extra days to stay in Miami just to kind of relax. Because I'm going to be in for the long haul when I get back to New York City. I'm going to be there for about a month. And then, you know, who really knows from there? So I'm like, you know what? I'll spend the 4th of July holiday here in Florida. And it was awesome. Now, I watched the fireworks from Hallover Park or Hallover Beach. It was fantastic. It was a very, very unique experience. You know, usually I'm used to, you know, Brooklyn, New York, watching the fireworks with the backdrop of the Empire State Building, which is awesome, right? I still think Macy's fireworks display is the greatest fireworks display of all time. But it was so unique to see the fireworks blowing off with the palm trees in the background. It was quite different from New York City. It was very, very peaceful. It was really, really nice. There was a lot of people. And I mean, I'm talking about a lot of people were out at Hallover Beach and Hallover Inlet. There was just boats everywhere. It was just crazy. It was awesome. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed your Independence Day as well. Let's start to head down by the Art Deco district. And maybe if we have enough time, I'll take all of you to the south of 5th neighborhood. Ibrahim Azam, what's up? This is, man, I wish I could be in the United States on the 4th of July. Unfortunately, I was overseas. Ibrahim, it's good to see you. Daryl is here from Chicago. Lisa, Tatted T. Carl Roth says NYC fireworks were amazing. Yeah, I watched the replays on YouTube. I feel as if they should always be on the west side. I don't know about you guys, but it's just a better viewing experience when you have it on the west side of Manhattan. It just looks better, I think, with the skyline, but that's just me. More places to view it. I think when you have it on the east side, it's very difficult. Very, very difficult. But yeah, all good stuff. Hey, Alan. Well, I'm glad that you were able to take a vacation, which is good. I feel very relaxed. I feel very well rested since I've been down here. It's just a different quality of life. Very, very different. Now, when I get back to New York, there's a few things we kind of have to go over. Now, I'm pretty excited about it because I was able to take some more videos, standalone videos down here. And there's a lot that's changed. A lot of stuff is going on down here, particularly in North Beach. Now, if you watched any of the North Beach or Little Buenos Aires walking tours on this live stream before, or on this channel before, it looks totally different. They're almost completed with that brand new boardwalk. They opened up about 50% of the new boardwalk. They still have about 50% to go. And the place is gonna look unbelievable. So I'll be uploading that when I get back to New York. Also, I was able to go to Brickell Key and kind of get some exclusive footage of the development site of the Mandarin Oriental residences. So there's just a lot of things happening here, and I feel as if construction tends to move a little bit faster here than it does in New York. Maybe that's an appearance thing, but I don't know. Since I was here last time, it seems like there's a lot of progress on all the major developments. The brand new boardwalk is almost done. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Waldorf Astoria Residences is going up. That construction site looks really, really good. And pretty soon, you're gonna have the St. Regis Towers in Sunny Isles Beach. They're going up. And the Bentley Building, which is next to Turnberry Ocean Club in Sunny Isles Beach. So, pretty cool. Patrice 2020 and Joseph Hardaway says I got the newsletter. Hope you enjoyed it. That's right, I kind of forgot about that. Yesterday was Thursday, and as you know, every other Thursday, right as the market closes, we send out our free investing newsletter called Behind the Street. I didn't want to send it out on Thursday because it was Independence Day. I wanted everybody to enjoy the 4th of July. So I sent it out today right as the market closed. So if you want to receive our free investing newsletter, just check your email because I sent it probably at around 6:30, maybe 7. And I think you guys are gonna like this one. I took a little bit of a different approach for the 4th of July. So I think you'll like it. And I think we covered a lot. We went through sector breakdown. We talked about potential sector rotation. Some of the less, I should say, the underperforming names in the mega cap tech are starting to, receive some love from Wall Street. And I think it's because of earnings estimates, right? If you look at a company like Amazon, had a tough year in 2021 and 2022, or I should say 2022 and 2023. Had a tough year. Andy Jassy, which, funny enough, today, July 5th, is the anniversary of Amazon's creation. And I think the 5th year anniversary with Andy Jassy as the CEO of Amazon, I believe. Or the 3rd year. I think he took over in 2021. So if you want to see our bull thesis on Amazon, if you want to see our bull thesis on Tesla, just go ahead and type !news, NEWS, in the chat, or just check your email because it is there. Now, I'll say this. One of the things that I was quite surprised at is just the amount of people that are here for the 4th of July. This is kind of considered the off season for Florida, but I mean, traffic was wild yesterday. Tons of people out. Seems like there's more primary residents here as opposed to just, the classic snowbirds that come and go in the winter, which is encouraging. UniJ23, what's up? Mr. Patel. These are a lot of the motels/hotels that are all up and down Collins Avenue here. Now, if we go down to 16th Street and we make a left, that's going to take us around to Ocean Drive, which is where the majority of the Art Deco style buildings are, as well as the Miami Beach Art Deco Center. Hey, Doc 7 is here. Happy 4th of July. I see Monty. What's up? I like these buildings across the street. Classic Art Deco style. Palm trees. It's really, really beautiful. Jill Adams, what's up? Oh, and I'm not sure if we have any people from Argentina here. I think Professor is the only one. But did anybody watch the Argentina game last night? I mean, talk about such an exciting game. Argentina advances. They won in a penalty shootout. It was a crazy, crazy game. Now, the other team tied it in stoppage time to send the game into the penalty shootout. And I think Messi missed his PK, which is so uncharacteristic of Lionel Messi. but man, was that fun watching that. I was in Little Buenos Aires, so you could imagine how crazy it was. It was a good time. It was just a really, really good time. AG, what's up? Monty says, are you on 16th and Collins? Close. You're on 17th and Collins Avenue. At the Gale. Beautiful mural on the side of this. Yeah, Monty says great game last night. It was crazy. Now, if you're not familiar with Miami, 72nd Street and Collins is North Beach, but it's also nicknamed Little Buenos Aires. So huge community, lots of people from Argentina. So watching that game there, you could only imagine how crazy it was. It was awesome. So you had 4th of July celebrations with the fireworks blowing off everywhere. And you had a second celebration when Argentina won on penalty kicks. Lisa Roberts, welcome. Good to see you. Man, look at how nice this outdoor dining setup is here. Hey, The Investigators. Hey, Tom. Bet on America, great newsletter. I'm really glad you enjoyed that. I didn't know how that piece was going to do, to be honest, but I think it was a very good piece. I did no editing on it. I just sat down and freaking cranked it out off the rip. And I think people really need to understand just how great this country is, just how many opportunities there are in comparison to other parts of the world. And I think the media right now is doing a pretty good job at, stoking fear and uncertainty, which I get, right? We're in an election year with probably the craziest election cycle we've ever seen. For obvious reasons, we won't go into it. But still, even still, all the crazy stuff you see in the media, with all the protests that are going on in the US, people, well, just read the article. I think you'll enjoy. I think you will enjoy. But our view is that we are on the cusp, or I should say we are in the very, very early innings of a new American Renaissance. Very, very early stages of a secular bull market driven by American exceptionalism, which is very, very real. And there's a few things, right? The thesis, there's a few things that you're really going to need to turbocharge an economy, right? To grow an economy, you need to be the leaders in innovation, right? In AI, autonomous driving, machine learning, cloud computing, which we are. But you also need the talent to do that. And you have arguably the best homegrown talent in the US, but you also have the best international talent from all over the world wanting to come to the United States to work at America's greatest companies. And you can see that from the H-1B visa data. So we did a whole analysis on H-1B data, which is essentially a visa given to individuals that are highly educated. Oh, look at this Cybertruck. H-1B visas, the majority of individuals or folks who get that visa are very, very highly educated. Chances are they have some sort of an advanced degree in a field that is in high demand, right? Silicon Valley has been probably one of the biggest employers or one of the largest employers for H-1B visa candidates. And last year, there was a new all-time record high set for applications of people that have advanced degrees that want to come to the United States to work. Not any other country. They're choosing America to work, which is very, very important because these are people that are of the highest caliber, of the highest skills, the highest education, and by and large, they're choosing right here in the US of A to come to work, which is what we want. And they're doing that for a specific reason. And we've kind of outlined that in the newsletter. Again, check your email. But it's really the core principles that the founding fathers put in place, right? July 4th, 1776, of the most important thing is individual freedoms and individual property rights. Because if you look at human nature, right, by and large, people generally want to do whatever the hell they want. Just to be very blunt, right? Humans, we're individuals. You know, we have that kind of essence about us where we don't really like being told what to do. You know, we want to have our own individual freedoms and prosperity. And the Constitution of the US gives that to you, right? We don't discriminate based upon age, race, gender, sexuality, religion. The Constitution pretty much says if you want to come to America and you want to work hard, we'll allow you to do whatever you want to do, you know, within the law, but generally speaking, you pretty much have free reign to do what you want here, and you won't be discriminated against. And you can't say the same thing about a lot of other countries out there. And we put a link to myworlddata.gov, which is a great resource. There's just so much data on that website. And I think just so long as those core founding principles remain intact, which I believe they will, you're going to have this never-ending cycle of prosperity in America. Because you have the talent, you have the wherewithal, and you have the people who want individual freedoms and property rights. I think this place, which is the Royal Palm, has some of the best landscaping in all of South Florida. I just love how those palm trees like really pop. Hey, what's up, Sabrina Fair? What's up? Happy 4th of July weekend. I trust you had a good time. I know I did. I had a really good 4th of July. Jonathan in Florida. What's up, Jonathan? I'm back in your neck of the woods, and I'm definitely happy to be here. JJ, what's up? Lance, NU91. It's time to go have some fun on this holiday weekend for sure. Now, I'm going to be flying back to New York early tomorrow. Please God, knock on wood, my flight takes off on time. I think I take off around 11, but you know, with the 4th of July and all the craziness, I'm fully expecting my flight to be delayed. So we'll see. But assuming all goes well, I should be touching down in New York City 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock. So expect us to be live from New York City tomorrow. Please God. Hey, Hal T16. What is going on? Eddie O is here from California. What's up from New Zealand? New Zealand's also another great country for doing business. Someone says, unfortunately, I've never been to Florida, but South Beach here kind of reminds me of Honolulu. Wow. Never been to Hawaii. Would love to go. That's on the bucket list for sure. Generally speaking, anywhere that's tropical, the weather's beautiful most of the year, I think I could definitely get used to something like that. And I don't mind the humidity. I really don't. Yeah, Harry Connor says at least no barrel. I think that was the earliest Category 5 hurricane, right? Now all of the experts are predicting that this hurricane season is going to be one of the worst, like one of the harshest hurricane seasons. So please God, knock on wood, that we don't get a severe hurricane. We'll see.
Alright,
maybe we'll continue to go down and make a right on Espanola Way, and then we'll go back to Ocean Drive. So on 15th Street, if you make a left, you can curl around to Ocean Drive. But let's go to Espanola Way first. This is a really, I think you guys are gonna like this, for those of you who have not seen Espanola Way on the live streams. There's lots of restaurants, tons of things to do. Adam, Luke, what's up? K-Force, Honolulu is great if you have lots of cash. Yeah, the cost of living is crazy in Hawaii. But generally speaking, the cost of living is crazy everywhere where it's really desirable, right? New York City, it's very expensive because there's a lot of opportunity there, there's a lot of jobs, it's a very desirable place to be. Miami now, right? Very, very expensive to live here, but you know, it's pretty much paradise almost every day of the year. It's sunny, it's beautiful, great weather, and now you're starting to get a lot of really good job opportunities here too. If you make a left there, you'll see Ocean Drive Plaza. That's where they have the Betsy Ross. That's a beautiful building. We'll double back and go over there before we head down to the South of Fifth neighborhood. But let's bang this right first and check out Espanola Way. There's a lot of restaurants here. You'll see a Havana 1957. There's also a really good Italian spot. I can't think of the name, but we'll walk past it. But this is probably what I would consider the best nightlife spot in South Beach for what I like to do. I don't really like to go to any of the clubs and things like that. It's just really not my personality. But I like to go, you know, out to eat and just hang out under the palm trees. But I'm not really that big of a club person, just to be honest. This is a really cool view with the Vespas here. You have this pizzeria. There's two beautiful Vespas. Really, really nice. And everyone eating outside under the palm trees. K-Force is good to see someplace other than Brickell. Yeah, I was in Brickell today. It was too crowded. It was crazy. Too crowded. I don't think I could stomach a live stream there today. I just like in general how vibrant everything looks. Would you agree? Like the palm trees up against the buildings and the lights on the palm trees. It's just beautiful. I don't know how other way to explain it. Here's another Cuban restaurant here. Do we have any Cubans in the chat? Anyone who is maybe their families from Cuba, something like that? Yeah, DC322 says I'd love to see more Vespa streaming in Miami. I gotta figure out the audio though. We'll definitely do more in the future, but just the audio is no good when you stream on the Vespa because the wind noise is too loud, even with the traditional mic. So I gotta figure that out. It's a work in progress. When I'm back in New York, I'll go to B&H and try to ask one of those guys. But anyway. They even have a Five Guys. All right, we got the light. Ooh, Triple G's just had to go watch that PK shootout real quick with Ecuador. I know, I think Messi took the first kick to kind of set the tone, and he missed, which I was, oh my God, you should have seen the crowd's reaction in Little Buenos Aires when Messi missed that free kick. Or the penalty kick, I'm sorry. I couldn't believe it, but everyone else made theirs, and the goalkeeper for Argentina made two really nice saves too. It was a really good game. Really, really good game. All right, so you have one Mexican restaurant to the left here, which looks to be pretty packed. And this is a famous Cuban restaurant. There's actually two of these restaurants here in South Beach. The other one is on Lincoln Road, but you have lots of outdoor dining space and indoor dining. And then further down here you have that Italian place, which is very good. There's also a cigar lounge, which is right here. And I love the Spanish style balconies. These little Juliet balconies here. Now, as I said before, for July, this place is packed. This is Florida's off season, and I think every year since the pandemic, you just have more and more tourists and more people living here permanently. It looks like almost every restaurant here is filled, or near completely filled. This is the Italian place. Hey Cosmo, happy 4th. I wasn't in New York for the fireworks. I was a little bit bummed out, but the fireworks were awesome here. Now, I've eaten here a few times. The food's good. The food's good, but it is a little pricey though. That's the only thing I'll say. But I guess with this restaurant, you're kind of paying more for the experience too. This place is new. They never had a sushi place here before. But this place looks pretty busy. Adam Luke says, what's considered pricey for you? Anything that can compare to New York City prices. If you're within like 10% of New York City prices, I consider that pricey. Just because I think everyone expects to pay a premium in New York City. But all right, one more look and then let's continue to head back down. Really pack it in here. I don't think there's a table that's empty in this spot. All right, let's go all the way to the end. Spanish restaurant? Spain? Hey, New England Crypto, what's up? Happy 4th of July weekend to you. Wow, beautiful setup. Yeah, Kevin, it's very, very busy for sure.
Oh, wait.
Mira, por esta parte es muy fácil.
Hey, DJ Review in Under 2, this is a great newsletter. Hey, thank you so much for reading. I appreciate it. For those of you who are just joining, go ahead and check your email because I did send out the latest issue of the Behind the Street newsletter. And I think you'll like this issue. I really think you will. You can go over and check out our Substack. It's titled America, a Falling Empire. We are just getting started. I think you guys will really, really enjoy what we put together this week. And if you want to sign up, just type !news, N-E-W-S in the chat, and it'll drop the link to our Substack. Hey, Carol H, what's up? Hey there, Tom and friends. Lincoln Road was very busy tonight too. I was just there at the Miami Beach Jazz Festival. Wow, awesome. Yeah, I was checking out North Beach, Little Buenos Aires. What else? I was in Brickell. I was just too busy in Brickell today. Like crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, Carol, how many years have you been living in Miami so far? And the reason why I ask is because it seems to me that the crowds are much larger this year by a long shot. And I think it's a combination of tourists and people who have moved to Miami permanently, in my view anyway, which is good for the economy overall. It's good for the state of Florida. So, you know, because I've been very, very bullish on Miami, but I was even expecting a slowdown in tourism and people moving here in 2024. But if anything, it seems as if it's done the exact opposite. It seems as if there's been an acceleration in people moving here. Or at least visiting. What's up? A collector's dream since I've been in Miami 60 years. This is the busiest I've ever seen it. It definitely feels like it, for sure. Hey, Jay Sully. Just hey, Tom and chat. Thanks for the email. Do you think you'll use AI with your newsletter? What do you mean? Will I use AI with the newsletter? I mean, we write about it a lot. I think we covered a fair bit for sure. Carol H says, hey Tom, I moved here last year, but in total I've lived in Miami for around 5 years. Got it, got it. All right, one more look at Espanola Way, and let's head to Ocean Drive now. And we'll head to the Betsy Ross and see all the Art Deco stuff. Ah, New England Crypto says maybe he means use AI to assist in writing the newsletter. Oh no, I would never do that. I don't know, I think that it's very easy to tell. Like, I'm very, very bullish on AI, and I think it's gonna really improve productivity. But you can really, really tell if somebody's, you know, just plugging something and copying and pasting it from an AI prompt. And I think it's very difficult to do that with like a equity research piece. I don't know, it just doesn't come off as, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me, but it just doesn't feel good, and I don't think the quality of the work is good. Hey Shannon, what's up? And I think for me more so, the newsletter is enjoyable for me to write because I love the markets. It's not something where it's like I feel as if it's a chore to do. I do this 24/7, 365, and the newsletter is around maybe 1,200 words, and we condense, I mean, throughout the week, sometimes my notes are like 10,000 plus words. All right, now that we have the light, let's cross over and check out the Art Deco district. If you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We do these live streams every night starting at 8:45. All right, last look at Espanola Way, because this is a beautiful shot here. Carol H says, I live in Miami Beach now, and I like it more than Brickell. I do too. I concur, and I think it's because I'm an ocean kind of guy. If I'm gonna move to Miami, I'm not moving to Miami to live in a big city, right? I'm moving to Miami so I could be by the water, by the beach, by the palm trees. That's not to say I don't spend a lot of time in Brickell, but I don't want to live in Brickell. I want to live where I could walk to the beach. So I agree. It's just more relaxing that way. I don't know how to describe it. When you wake up and you could just either jump on the Vespa or just walk to the ocean, it's the best. Hey, Professor Dario says, Tom, taxes in Miami are significantly different from New York City. Yes, they are. The main difference is really comes from the state, right? Because you have to pay federal taxes, right? Obviously, there's no getting around that. But the main difference is the state tax. So states have different income taxes based upon how much income you make. And the state of Florida has no income tax. But you need to be a resident of the state of Florida to take advantage of those tax breaks. I am not a resident of the state of Florida. I am a New York resident, so I still have to pay all of those beautiful high taxes, but it's okay. Also, the property taxes are quite high down here too. Wow, Carol H says, I grew up in front of the beach in Puerto Rico. Wow, love that. I'd love to visit Puerto Rico. I think I agree with you. It's just something about the ocean that is fantastic. I don't know. I think humans need to be near the ocean, near nature. We'll wait for the cyclist to go by, and then we'll check out the Betsy Ross. Yeah, Professor Darío says, so it's cheaper. I'd say the tax bill is definitely going to be a lot less if you move here, but I have a theory where I believe people tax optimize a little bit too early in their careers. Because generally speaking, if you look at, major cities in the United States, the highest taxed states and cities, generally speaking, right, afford the best job opportunities for career advancement, for you to learn new skills. Like, think about a place like New York City. If you work and live in New York City, not only do you pay the federal taxes, not only do you pay the New York state taxes, but you also pay New York City tax on top of that, right? But the trade-off is, if you're a young person just graduating college and let's say you work at a bank or something like that, the analyst programs are going to be a lot more lucrative in a city like New York than, like Houston, Texas, or San Francisco, or Miami, right? Because all the major players on Wall Street are, generally speaking, by and large, in New York. Now, that is changing slowly but surely, but still, if somebody, were to ask, I'm just graduating college, I want to go into investment banking. Should I move to Miami to do that? Should I move to San Francisco to do that? Should I move to New York to do that? What would you say? I'd say 100,000% you should move to New York to do that. As you mature in your career, and maybe you have exit opportunities into private equity, things like that, for sure, move to Miami or something like that. However, a prediction I'll make is over the next 10 years, I think Miami will be on par with New York in terms of both pay and opportunities. It's not there yet. I think it will get there. It's not there yet. But with the way things are turning out, I think it'll get there. I mean, you could say the same thing if somebody wanted to work in tech, for example. I would still advise, well, then you should probably go to the Valley, right? You should go to Silicon Valley, San Francisco Bay Area if you want to be in tech, because that's where all those guys and girls are. Wow, everyone, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful Ocean Drive. Now, this is the Betsy Ross. Fantastic architecture on this building. And they also have really nice outdoor dining where you could sit down, just relax, have a drink, overlook the boardwalk. It's really quite nice. And a good thing that they did is they closed it off to the vehicle traffic. So you're not gonna have cars whizzing in and out of here, which is good. Hey, Sally's here. What's up? Mark says, I thought you had a place in Florida so you don't have to pay the New York State taxes. No, you still have to pay the New York State taxes, but consult the CPA. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax guy, but you need to spend a certain amount of time in the state to take advantage of the benefits. But I can't advise on tax strategy. I'm not a CPA or an accountant. So I would just consult with a tax specialist. Ocean Plaza. Now, if you take Ocean Drive all the way down to 5th Street, which I think we will, I think we'll have some time to do that. That will take you into the south of 5th neighborhood, which has really changed in a major, major way over the years. I mean, if you want to talk about a neighborhood that is very, very sought after, particularly now, it is the South of Fifth neighborhood. And that'll take you all the way to South Point Park, which we've been to a few times. The views are unbelievable in South Point Park, just absolutely unbelievable. You can see all the way to downtown Miami, and you could also see Fisher Island too. But what do you guys think of the Art Deco beauty that is Ocean Drive? This is a pretty cool shot right here, with all these people walking past the Art Deco buildings. Hey, what's up, George? I see Joe E. Yeah, this is Tom. Ocean Drive and the Betsy Ross will make for a nice postcard. For sure, it's very picturesque, absolutely. Troy Atman says, did the buildings all meet and discuss which color they... Yeah, I know, right? Mark Summers, what's up? Says, hey Tom, just jumping in to say hello. Busy afternoon showing properties. Awesome, dude. Hopefully you get some deals done. I've been taking it easy down here in Florida. I've extended my trip about 48 hours, but I will be back in New York City tomorrow. Sue Wu says, I think that's where the Scarface movie was filmed. I think you're right, but I think it's a little bit further down here. We'll check it out because they have a plaque where it was filmed, and it was near the, well, the building is the CVS. It's the CVS in South Beach, but you are correct. Cosmos has ever been to the Bahamas? I've not. That's definitely another place on the bucket list. I just have to get my passport. I want to do a lot more international travel. I never really travel abroad. Check this out, the Winter Haven. Nick Cooper says, let's go to South Point. We're definitely on our way, and I have a backup battery, so I think we'll make it there. For those of you who are just joining, just a little bit of a quick announcement. Obviously, yesterday was the 4th of July, which landed on a Thursday. So we usually email out all of our equity research and market research on Thursdays. But obviously with the 4th of July, we skipped this Thursday and we sent out our Behind the Street newsletter today. So go ahead and check your email. I think you guys are gonna really, really like this piece. So check your email, and if you'd like to sign up to receive our research every other Thursday, just scan, or I don't have the QR code ready tonight, just type !news, N-E-W-S in the chat, and it'll drop the link to our Substack. Yeah, Cosmos says, get your passport, Tom. It's not difficult. Well, I went through an absolute horror show with the passport stuff. It's a long story, but... Sabrina Fair says, Tom, get your passport. You never know when you want to take off in a whim. Yeah, I mean, I went through... It's been passport hell. I've been going through passport hell. So when I moved to Miami, long story short... All right, long story short, the only, I guess, well, this is what I think happened. When I moved to Miami, right, I sent all of my stuff from my place in New York City down here to Florida. And I think the only thing that I lost during the move was, guess what? Anybody want to take a guess? The only two things that I lost during the move from New York City to Miami was, number one, my original copy of my birth certificate, the original copy lost, gone forever. And number two, my original copy of my social security card, boom, gone, lost forever, gone with the wind. So I've been in a big circle jerk, excuse my language, trying to get my birth certificate and a social security card, which I have finally got that rectified. So I'm all good and ready to go. And now I could finally get a passport like a normal person. So let me just give like a little bit of a public service announcement to anyone, okay? Any American who has their birth certificate and their social security card, guard that with your life, because it took me almost a year now, okay, to be able to operate like a normal person. If you don't have those two documents, you're quite literally totally screwed. And if you don't really press, it's gonna take you over a year to like be able to operate like a normal person. You can't get a job, literally nothing, because when you get a job, at least the jobs I've had, you have to provide proof of your original birth certificate, yada yada. So just make sure you don't lose that stuff. Let's just say that. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, I'm really excited to travel. First stop, I'm going to South Korea. And then, you know, maybe I'll go to Europe. I don't know. I've never been out of the country besides Canada. Love Canada. Happy Canada Day a few weeks ago. So, this is the Carlisle. Arby's, I love the statistic in your newsletter. 5,315 people renounced their citizenship last year. 0.0015% of the population. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a crazy stat, right? When you watch the news and when you listen to all the pundits, everyone's like, oh, I'm leaving the US, I'm gonna renounce my citizenship. And you see all these articles that say, you know, a record amount of Americans are renouncing their citizenship. It's like, okay, technically that's true, but the record amount is 5,000 people. That's like nobody. There's 333 million Americans, and 5,000 of them renounce their citizenship. That's none. That's nobody. So the point I was trying to make in the newsletter is that America's a one-way street. All right, let me try to get away from this truck. I can't listen to that music all the way down Ocean Drive. We'll explore some of the volleyball courts. Oh, they have live music here. Now, if you go off Ocean Drive, up here, you have so many facilities, like outdoor workout facilities and the like. And they actually have free weights up here too. JC says, do you know anything about HOA? I do know some things about HOA. Hey, what's up, Pam? Says, have I walked Coconut Grove? I have. Coconut Grove is awesome. I haven't gotten any footage of Coconut Grove yet, but I got some amazing footage of Miami's design district. And I think you guys are going to be absolutely freaking blown away. The design district in Miami is unreal. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And it was cool to kind of explore it because we were talking about that Wall Street Journal article as it was explaining Bernardo Arnault's big bet on the Miami Design District, right? There would really be no design district the way it is right now without LVMH and Bernardo Arnault, right? Making that huge real estate play there. So I think when I upload that video, you guys will be pretty impressed. Think about if you've been to Bal Harbour shops, it's that times 1,000, but it's spread out over an entire neighborhood, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing, amazing place. Gene says, how can you lose your original birth certificate? I thought that it was kept by the state and a certified / notarized copy was sent to you in person. I don't know, I'm not too sure about that, but the one that I had, which was the original with the raised seal, was lost. And unfortunately, to make a passport, you need that. So anyway, I don't want to think about it anymore. I spent about a year getting jerked around, and since I was born in the illustrious state of New York, everything is backed up, right? I won't get into the whole politics, I get it, but the state of New York is going through some crazy stuff right now, right? With all the migrant crisis, so a lot of our government agencies are, let's just say, a little bit backed up at the moment. So it's nearly impossible to get anything. So if you're a New Yorker and you need any services, just make sure you don't need any services for the next maybe like 2 or 3 years until we can get all that stuff sorted out, because the backlog is nuts, especially downstate New York. It's crazy, the backlog. Daniel says, can you walk on the beach, or is it forbidden during this time? I think the beach is closed. I guess we could try, but we're not going to really be able to see too much. We'll see. If the beach is open down here, I'll go onto the beach and we'll check it out. But I want to take you guys to the south of 5th neighborhood. Man, I can't believe how many people there are here. Emra says, why not? You were in New York City, Manhattan in the Independence Day's fireworks. And why not any live stream yesterday? Could you tell me, please? There was no live stream yesterday because I was hanging out, celebrating Independence Day, and the traffic was too crazy to get anywhere. So I just sat on Hollover Beach and Hollover Inlet and essentially sat there to 2 o'clock in the morning and hung out. And it would be impossible to do a live stream because there was so many people that it would just be buffering the whole time. There was just too much buffering, I'd say. All right, so we are now right outside of the Art Deco Welcome Center. Here you could take free tours of all of the Art Deco buildings. Mark Summers says, am I an ocean swimmer? Oh yeah, love the ocean, love swimming. I'd say I am a heavy ocean swimmer. DOS, just go to the city or town that you were born in and they will print one for you for a small fee. Yeah, the problem is I live in New York State. I was born in the state of New York. And as I've got through explaining, everything is so backed up that it's near impossible. And there's only one website that you could order your birth certificate from. I think it's called Vital Check. And that takes a ridiculous amount of time. I think just now they're getting to the people who ordered it in October of 2023. The only reason why I got mine early, and it doesn't matter, I mean, who cares, is because thankfully I luckily had an in with somebody, so thank you to that person, where I essentially budged the line. Anyway, I don't want to think about it anymore. It's in the past. I'm throwing it in the trash can and it's gone. So this is 9th Street. We have a few more blocks until the South of 5th neighborhood. And then things should be a little bit less hectic. Chinook Winds, what's up? To our left is where they have that outdoor gym with free weights. But they closed it at around, I think, 9:30. I like the look of this building, the Shore Park Hotel. Says outdoor gym, is it free? It is. It is free. Now when we get to 5th Street, if you drive or you walk all the way to the end, which is pretty much going to be near Alton Road, that's going to take you to the MacArthur Causeway. And that'll take you from South Beach to downtown Miami. Yeah, I think this is my favorite Art Deco building. Colony Hotel. I just like the blue neon lights. This CVS is where the Scarface was filmed. There's a parrot on the garbage can. Hey, AT4 nerd, what's up, dude? Come down to Miami, it's a blast. I've been having a really good time this 4th of July weekend in Miami. I'm glad I stayed. I was gonna head back to New York City early on the 4th. Hey, Jonathan from Florida, thank you so much for your very generous $20 donation. This is Tom, you're the best. I always learn something new. Thank you so much, my friend Jonathan. Appreciate it. It's the Beacon Hotel. With Jonathan from Florida, thank you so much. And every time I come back to Miami or Florida, I just get more and more impressed with each trip. Just a really, I'd say the quality of life is the best here. I just wish I could get to golf a little bit more. I'd like to try to improve my golf skills. Anybody here in the chat a big golfer? Two more blocks and you're gonna notice a huge change. It's gonna go from very busy craziness to very quiet, more residential neighborhood. Briner says, can you raise a family in Miami? Of course.
I ain't never seen no shit like that. I ain't never seen it.
Marks, come visit Phoenix. I'll take you out golfing, my treat. I'm down. Phoenix has some of the best golfing. I think the state of Arizona, I believe the top 5 golfing states, it's #1 Florida, #2 Arizona. What's #3? California? California definitely has to be in the top 5 for sure, right? Florida, Arizona, California, maybe top 3 golf. Maybe throw Hawaii in there. New York has, Long Island, New York, Bethpage Black Golf Course. I'm not sure if anybody's played that. Triple G's is South Carolina. That's true, the Carolinas, I forgot about that. Lucratives is California's #1 in everything. Hey, Bree Grams, what's up? Yeah, just don't come to Arizona right now. It's way too hot. Isn't in Death Valley, Cali is supposed to be the hottest temperatures ever recorded? All right, we finally made it. 5th Street. We're now about to venture into the south of 5th neighborhood. Music makers, there's no freaking way. There's nothing in Miami for a family. And what you're seeing is in South Beach, where all the tourists go. This is not the real Miami. So you're saying it's impossible to raise a family in Miami. So families are banned in Miami. No families. So 5th Street, if you take it all the way down, that's going to be the MacArthur Causeway. I think comments like that are similar to the comments I get about New York City. I mean, there's really people that'll email me and they'll say, hey, do you think is it possible to move to New York City before I make $100,000 income? Like, guys, New York City has some of the most impoverished neighborhoods in the country. Like, you can go anywhere you want. Like, not everyone in New York City makes $100,000 a year income. You know. Anyway, I just think those comments are funny. Just definitive. I think definitive answers are just not real. It's just not real. Man, this is beautiful here. Let's see if we can go in there. Man, beautiful here. Music says there's nothing here for a family, dude. Miami has 3 overrated, overhyped, overpriced. Go to Little Haiti and your opinion will change. Sure, let me go to the most impoverished, dangerous neighborhood in the city and let me draw a conclusion about the entire city based upon the most impoverished and dangerous neighborhood. Sure, I'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. That would be the equivalent of saying, there's nothing to do in New York City. There's nothing here. Go to Brownsville, Brooklyn, or East New York and you're gonna change your mind. Sure, so let me go to the most impoverished and dangerous neighborhood of New York City and draw a conclusion about the entirety of the city based upon a small data set. I think the only thing I would say is take a statistics course. That's maybe really the only thing I could say. In every major city across the United States, you have bad and dangerous neighborhoods. In every city, in every state. But to say you can't, like a definitive statement, you can't raise kids in New York City, you can't raise kids in Miami. There's people right now that are raising families in both places. And they turn out to be pretty good. So you can kind of tell how the party and the crazy kind of drop down a little bit as we head down into the south of 5th neighborhood. And this is one of the most sought after sought after neighborhoods. But it's much more quiet here. Like, just based upon my personality, I don't think I could live even right off of Ocean Drive just because it's too much action. But in a neighborhood like this where it's quiet, right, you live just close enough to the action where you can be here, but at the end of the night, you could just go back and kind of get some privacy. David Hernandez, David Hernandez is born and raised in Miami. There are tons of nice residential neighborhoods. There's tons of, yeah, like for sure. I guess that's the main overarching point is there's great neighborhoods and residential neighborhoods in every major city. And there's some rough areas. That's just what it is. But I think the Coral Gables neighborhood of Miami, I think overtook, I forget which neighborhood it is in California, for the most expensive neighborhood in the US. And Coral Gables, that's where University of Miami is. It's quite nice. Also, Pinecrest is quite nice, but I don't know. I feel as if for me, they're just a little bit too far away from all the action. Like, I want to be close enough where I could just jump on the Vespa and cruise right into downtown Miami or Brickell. That's kind of why I like North Miami Beach, Sunny Isles Beach. Hey, what's up, Mohammed? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Cosmos Scary says, would you ever do a Vespa stream? We've done a few of them before. Ooh, another Cybertruck. The only thing is the audio is no good, even with the microphone in, so I gotta figure out getting a new mic. But a nice Cybertruck there. Good to see you, Mohammed. Hey, Miami walking and driving. What's going on? Oh wow, you live in Coral Gables. Very cool. Yeah, I gotta get over there. I wanted to film a walking tour in, what was it called? Coral Gables was one of the neighborhoods. The other neighborhood was, how come I can't think of it? Look at this place, it's beautiful. Coconut Grove. But I did film a tour in the Design District, and the Miami Design District was unbelievable. Really, really nice. Music Maker 921 says you won't be doing the walk alone in Hialeah or Little Havana. Of course not. Why would I do that? Like, of course. Like, that's just saying, you know, during the war in Iraq, you wouldn't be doing this live stream in Ramadi when the battle is raging. Of course I wouldn't. Like, it's ridiculous. Why would I go with my phone and go into a very dangerous neighborhood and walk around? Like, it's like, of course, dude. Yeah, why would I go to East New York, Brooklyn, or Brownsville and walk through the NYCHA housing projects with my phone? It's like, yeah, of course I wouldn't do that. Obvious. Like, come on. It's kind of like there was this one live stream where I was like, yeah, I'd like to go to Chicago. And they're like, yeah, well, you wouldn't be doing this live stream through the south side of Chicago. I'm like, yeah, probably not. Probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, probably right. All right, 2 more blocks. And we will have made it to South Point Park. I think just to the left of us is Nikki Beach, which is really nice. I actually don't even know if I would agree with that. Someone says, again, this isn't the real Miami, this is just the tourist. I actually don't know if I'd agree. I think if you break it down by, like, if you want to break it down by GDP output, what locations in Miami have the most economic productivity? It's places like Brickell, downtown Miami, probably here, South Beach, south of 5th. And if you look at where the highest concentration of people live,